Just coming to the end of my day today, and I had some coaching clients, and I had some cool insights that came in too that I just wanted to share, because these are kind of long-term insights for me, and the things that I do want to share, I just don't really find the time, or I don't have the right energy or the right voice to do it. But I'm just going to get it out right now because I feel it's really important to do, and I know it could help a lot of people who are probably suffering under their own self-judgment of their own mind. So let me just rehash how this came out tonight. Well, I'm reading an article on how Eckhart Tolle is teaching how to rise above thoughts, and if anyone knows me, you'll know that I get pretty charged on Eckhart sometimes, and not just because of Eckhart. I mean, he's Eckhart, but it's just the popularization of teachings that just don't make any sense. And am I a person to say what makes sense? Hey, I don't know, but I've been doing this my entire life. My mom trained me in this stuff, spiritual stuff, new age kind of stuff for my entire life, personal development, and I got to see what kind of worked, what didn't, and then when I went out on my own, I learned from some real high-level masters, and then I figured out what worked, what wasn't, and I conversed with people all around the world, and I found out, hey, a lot of the stuff does work, a lot of it doesn't. There's got to be a middle ground somewhere that is just simple, that anybody could use, that I could give to a 3-year-old and they'd probably figure out no problem. And hey, after a lot of work and figuring it out and real self-reflection and contemplation, I pretty much figured it out. I can humblingly say, because I don't want to necessarily just go off and say I've got it, but it's something that's actually working, and I just can't deny that, because I get so many people right now who are using this tool that are actually getting results with their own clients, and it's just completely taking over their clients. I have a friend in Australia right now who is using this. He's a chiropractor, and he's like, dude, this thing is pretty much taking over my entire clinic because it's all I want to do with people, because it actually produces effects. And it's like, wow, that's so cool, and it's so humbling and honoring and gratifying for me to have that kind of feedback. And another one tonight shared the same thing, where she's taking it into the US Air Force, and she's working with veterans with this process, and it's working with them too, and it's actually producing the results. The reason I think that is because this takes it from the level of having to judge your thinking and try and get away from that and escape it through some kind of personal development model, and it takes it into simply looking at it and saying, okay, let's appreciate all of what's going on in here, and then connect it to here, so we can actually have a flow happen in the body, which I think is really why it's important to me, because I'm a creative guy and I want to have that creative flow way more often, and I've been trying to find ways to do that in my life. But I found it now, and I can do it and have access to it at any given time, and that's really honoring, and I love being able to do that. It's almost like a hacked flow in this sense, and but it's having an impact. And the reason I bring up the article of Eckhart teaching how to rise above negative thoughts is just because I find that teaching is crazy. That teaching doesn't make any sense, because that basically says, I'm judging myself, I need to escape that, rise above it, and then say that I'm enlightened. But that's not enlightenment. It's called, I hate who I am, I can't deal with it, and I need to escape for 5 minutes, and now I call this enlightenment. So now I just polarized my mind into more judgment, and that's just not sustainable, because it's not fair to who you are. It's not fair to yourself, it's not fair to your mind, not fair to your heart, not fair to your body, it's not fair to the universe. So rather than do that and listen to that kind of nonsense, because that is complete nonsense, why don't we simply look at it and say, okay, what is this thought giving me? What is that thought giving me? Hey, I've got another thought. What is that giving me? Oh, I hate that thought. I want to get rid of it. Great. What's that thought giving you, by the way? Maybe it's giving you judgment. It's giving me anger and stress. Great. What's that anger and stress giving you? And actually just practice appreciating yourself. Because what I find is that when people do that more often, they find that they just calm down and they enter into that flow, because they realize that they can actually just have these thoughts and all this other stuff kind of go in, and they don't need to run from it. They don't need to rise above or below. They can just exist in it and be like, I can appreciate this. Wow, what a power that is. Hey, we all have access to that, and that makes perfect sense. That's a lot easier than having to rise above it and then try and escape all the stuff that you're judging, because that's not actually solving anything. It's called, I'm still judging, and I'm just trying to escape my judgment because I hate who I am. Look, it's wiser to ask, why do these negative thoughts actually exist in the first place? That's the thing that I want to get people to understand. Why do these things exist in the first place? Because, hey, you know what? I get a lot of people on my Facebook who are asking me questions or commenting on my videos or whatever, sending me messages saying, oh my God, how do I get rid of these thoughts? How do I get rid of this, blah, 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 all this negative thought stuff? Look, don't. Ask yourself, why is it there? in the beginning. And I guarantee what you'll find is that every single negative thought that you have inside your mind is there because you are practicing a lack of appreciation in your life towards yourself, someone else, something in your life, whatever. There's a lack of appreciation there. And only when you have a practice of appreciation are you going to be able to fill up your bank account enough of emotional integrity and emotional love to be able to look at these things again and not have to run from them and actually just look at them and say, oh wow, that's cool, I can appreciate that. And you know what? The more you do that, the less of these negative thoughts you're going to have. It's called appreciation. It's not called escapism. It's not called rising above, because that's just victim. All that is just perpetuating that you're a victim of yourself. You're not a victim of yourself. Your thoughts are trying to help you heal your life. They're trying to help you be aware of where you're not appreciating something. And if you can practice that, I guarantee that you're going to change your life, because I've been doing this over the last few months just as I figured this thing out. I kind of took everything I learned and put it into something that's super simple that anybody could do, and it started working for me, and it started creating a massive impact in my life, and just seeing it grow and be used by people all around the world now, and it just keeps growing. It's so honoring to me, because it's sort of like a completion of a huge journey in my life. And just as a creative artist, it helps me hack into that flow so I can actually, play my guitar or do my videos, whatever, and not hate myself when I'm doing it, or not get pissed at with this or that or whatever, because I'm actually in an active appreciation and an active fulfillment of my life, which means I'm not running from myself, I'm not hating myself, and I'm actually more inspired to do more. So I think that things that you appreciate tend to grow, things that you depreciate tend to depreciate. So at the core of it, life's actually pretty simple, and if we just practice more appreciation, we probably find that we don't need to go above or below. We don't need to find enlightenment. In my opinion, enlightenment is simply a term used for people who don't understand how to see the light in every single moment of every single day. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Hope you like that one. If you like that, share it. Hey, if you got someone who needs it, send it to them. If you want to put a comment below and start a conversation, start a conversation. Hey, you want to email me straight up, go to coachingstevengardner.com. I'll put that in there, maybe in the comments below, and let's see if we can get a discussion going. But if you're one of those people who's struggling with that and you're constantly trying to fix yourself, battling negative thinking, battling this, trying to get the new age spiritual stuff, trying to get it right, all this stuff, look, my advice, give it up. Start appreciating yourself, because that'll go a lot farther towards appreciating the rest of your life. And once you start practicing that, you'll recognize it's something that you want to do every day. That's one of the coolest things that I've learned about this one, is that I want to do it every day, and my clients want to do it every day, because it's a lot simpler than having to do left brain kind of stuff and really difficult things. It's just, look, let's stay present, stay here, stay forward moving, and stay in love with your life. So anyway, thanks for watching that one. I'll catch you on the next one.